Hey everyone, this is the second video in the tutorial series on Onshape for the Roboquest program. For this video, we're going to be talking about how to create a part document and how to navigate the your Onshape. So after the last video, you should have been able to make your account, and now you should be in a page that looks like this. This is your Onshape homepage. Um, Yeah, you again, yours will be empty. That's okay. Um, just be aware that if you ever want to get back to this page while you're in a document, we're going to create a document now. You can always come up here to the top left. This is always here. You click it, and it'll bring you back to this page. But first, we're going to create a document. A document is going to hold your part files, your drawings, if you ever make drawings, and your assembly documents. You can also import files from external sources, not forces, and they will go into your document as well. So we're going to go here, create document, like this. We'll just call this test. You can call it whatever you want. You can actually create your own folders. I'm not going to do that. I don't really use it that much, but yeah, you can create a folder and then you can place it in a folder as well. But I'm just going to leave it in the home location. And it'll bring you here. This is the default Onshape document layout. This is it's like light mode. If you like dark mode, there's a way to change it, I believe, but I usually run light mode. It already has a part studio created. You can see down here, and it has an assembly document created. We'll be doing a whole separate video on assemblies, and we'll be doing multiple videos on how to create parts. But none of that is in this video yet. But the main things you really need to pay attention to here are how to use Onshape, how to navigate the UI. Everything you do, all your parts will always be shown here in 3D. In fact, let me show you what that looks like. If I open up a new link, I can just show you what a part looks like. This is a little test part that I made. But yeah, so here's your part, just a 3D part. It's random, it's not useful, has my name on it. It's kind of cool. You'll be making much cooler parts than this. Like this. If it loads. Yeah. Not well organized. This is the Roboquest document that you get will be more organized than this. But yeah, so here we're just starting with a blank document. Parts Studio doesn't have any parts in it. We'll start creating parts in the next video. It's really important that you learn how to rotate your viewport, how to manipulate your viewport. So rotate it, panning, rotation, and zooming in, because you want to be able to see your parts from all angles. Otherwise, it's really difficult to make your parts well. So again, you should have a mouse. On your mouse, for panning, you're just going to click the middle mouse button. Technically, it's the scroll wheel, but you can also press it. It has a button functionality as well. At least every mouse I've ever seen has it. You press it down and drag your cursor. So here you're just moving it left and right. It's like you're grabbing the part. You move it left, move it right. But that's obviously not good enough. We also want to be able to rotate. And to rotate, you're going to hold down the right mouse button, and you're going to drag. You can do that in this direction, yeah. So to do both of those things, you can drag, rotate, and you can do just about everything, but it's always going to be at a consistent distance away from you. So you also want to be able to zoom in and out. And you're going to do that with your scroll wheel. Zooming in, zooming out. And I would just practice this. It's something you'll want to get used to. A lot of people have the tendency to not work on getting used to using your mouse, and they end up using, let me move my video, they end up using this view cube up here. The view cube has its uses. A lot of times you want to look directly on a certain face, like normal to a surface or normal to a plane. And this is a really fast and easy way to do it. But I would not recommend primarily using this view cube to look at your part. It's very inefficient and very slow. And you're not gonna get that fine movement. You know, get used to using your mouse. Um, if you see in any of my videos, me panning, rotating, and zooming in a very smooth motion that you don't think you can do, I do use a 3D mouse made specifically for CAD. You don't need this, but I do a lot of CAD, and so that's why I have it. So if you see weird movements on my end and that you can't do, don't worry about it. Just use your mouse. It'll work. A couple other things for the UI that you need to know. Every time you create a part, create an assembly, create a drawing, or import any type of information, you can even import PDFs. You can import step files. We'll talk about what those are. They're all going to show up down here. Let me move my video again. They're all going to show up down here. And you can actually create them by hitting this. And this is where you import. You can create folders, so you can group things together. You can group parts, certain groups of parts or assemblies together. Create part studio, create assembly. Yeah. Sorry, this is the recording software can be a little annoying, but yeah. So, and we'll get into other stuff, but really, what you're going to be using create part studio, create assembly, and maybe even create folder, and definitely import a lot. Yeah, so we have our part studio, we have the viewport. You know how to use the view cube. All of the features that you create will show up in this feature manager tree. I believe that's what Onshape calls it. We'll get into what that means later, what features are. You don't know what that means yet, that's okay. But this is the feature manager tree. Your parts will show up here. You can have multiple parts in a document. That'll be useful to you later. And then all of the ways you can create new geometry, modify geometry, all of the operations are up here, your commands. Again, you don't know what any of this does yet. That's okay. This is just an introduction to the UI and how to use it. Yeah, so all of that's up here. And then if you need to share your document, you can handle access here as well. I'm sure you can figure this out. It's pretty self-explanatory, and you probably won't do it very often. Obviously, you can access your account, but yeah, it's pretty simple. Boring stuff yet so far. So next video we'll actually be creating a part, and that's when it gets much more exciting. Let me know if you have any questions. Contact me on Teams. Good luck.